Hello everyone, in this Blender video tutorial we will be modeling a diamond. So let's begin by adding a background image to help us with the modeling. I've decided to use this image of a drawing of a round cut diamond, so we can clearly see where the cut lines are. That will be very helpful for the modeling. As you can see, it's not quite centered, so let's move it a little bit to the right, so it's right in the center. It's very important. First thing we're gonna add is a circle with 8 vertices, which we will move up along the z-axis. This will be what is called the table here. Scale it up like this. And we'll snap the cursor to this circle like this. And select all vertices, extrude and scale them like this. Now let's split those vertices like this. Don't move them. Okay. Let's select all the edges. Use individual origins as the pivot point and scale to 0. Now we formed 8 triangles. Let's remove doubles to merge the vertices like this. Now we can select the inner vertices, add a face, create another circle with 8 vertices that will scale up like this. Now we can add a subdivision like this. Let's scale it down just a bit. Okay. Select these and merge. We'll do that for all of the others. Like this. Merge. Alright, now select and create a face here, like this. Create 8 more faces. Like this. And let's add another. Oops. Snap cursor to the object again. Add a circle, 16 vertices. Scale it up like this. I'm going to scale these up a bit. Yeah, like this. Now scale these up. Okay. I'll grab 3 vertices. We're going to be creating 16 triangles. But first, we should be merging these. Alright, then we grab 3 vertices at a time and create a total of 16 triangles. You can see the outer part, it looks like a circle, so that's why it's called a round cut. It's not a perfect circle, of course. You can clearly see the edges. Alright. Now let's go into side view. Okay, it's a bit too big. But we'll fix that as we go. So let's grab these. Like this. Move them down. Out here. Scale them down. Okay. Now grab only the outermost vertices. Bring them down. Maybe scale them down just a bit. Okay. Now create another circle. Make sure cursor is in the center of the mesh. And 8 vertices. Now we'll need to rotate it by 22.5 degrees. Like this, and scale it up by a good amount. Okay, I'll grab 3 vertices and create more triangles. Okay, select all of these edges and subdivide them. Select the newly created vertices, scale them up like this. Okay, select 4 vertices at a time and create more faces. This. Select all of these vertices. Now this one. Let's move them down. This. Maybe scale them to 0 along the z-axis. Scaling them down like this. Okay. That's about right, but maybe we need to adjust it a bit more after we've moved these like this and merge them at the center. Okay. Now grab these and scale them up a bit like that. So here we've got a straight line. And we're gonna keep a flat shading for this diamond. Now let's add a material to this diamond. So diffuse color will be 0, 0, and 1. Diffuse intensity 1. Specular color 0, 0, 1. Intensity 1. Hardness 20. Translucency of 0.9. Transparency, we'll be using a ray trace. Fresnel 2, blend 2. Index of refraction will be 2.417, which is the actual index of refraction of a diamond. Filter 1 and depth 5. Now check mirror, and reflectivity will be 0.9, depth 4. And check receive transparency. Now let's add a bevel modifier like this. Width will be 0.001 and 3 segments like this. So you can see this diamond is a bit big, so let's move it up like this. Actually, it's pretty fine. Maybe we can scale it up a bit more, like this. And also rotate it so it's facing the camera more directly, like this. Maybe move it up a bit, scale it up, like this. Okay. Next, we'll be creating a cube. This cube will serve as what I call a reflection box. So let's go into wireframe mode and scale up the box, move it up a bit, scale it up along the x-axis. It encompasses the camera and the diamond like this. And if we go into camera view, we're like inside the box, so we can see the diamond here. So let's add a material to that box. Diffuse intensity will be 1, specular intensity 0, emit 1, receive transparency is checked, and check also sky so the box will not be visible when we'll be rendering. Let's add a texture, will be an image texture. It's actually a picture of a living room, but you can pick other pictures if you want. Usually pictures of inside of a house work pretty well for this kind of thing. So red will be 8, green also 8, brightness to 0.8, contrast 2, and saturation 0.8. I'm gonna be repeating it 5 times along the X and Y axes. Let's go into edit mode, but before we apply rotation and scale, I'm going to UV editing. I will also be placing links in the video description to get both the background image of the round cut diamond and that of the living room that I've used. Let's add our living room picture. Smart unwrap. Rotate. Try to cover as much of the picture as we can, like this. All right. Now let's add 3 lights to our scene. They'll all be point lights. So 1 light. Let's go into wireframe mode. This light about here. Move it along the y-axis. Let's copy it here. This one will have an intensity of 3. Or energy if you prefer. Put 1 light behind the diamond, also with energy of 1. Also, I highly recommend to use a black background, so pick sky as the alpha mode in the rendering settings. Make sure that all these cases are black here in the world settings. Like this. I can try to render it and see what it looks like. Render with F12. This is gonna take a bit of time because there are 3 lights and there's some ray tracing. This demands for quite a bit of resources to your computer if you don't have a high performance computer. This is gonna take a bit of time. However, the result I would say is pretty good so far. One last thing we're gonna do is we're gonna create a lighting effect animation on this diamond. So for this, let's add a path like this. Rotate it 90 degrees so it travels in front of the diamond and across it like this. So make sure the arrows along the path point from right to left. I mean, left to right would work also, but we'll be moving the light from the right to the left. So let's rotate it a bit along the x-axis, like this. Maybe move it down a bit. This. Select the first vertex. Snap the cursor to this vertex. Add another point light. Put an energy of 6. Now select the light and then the path. And then set parent to follow path. We're gonna have 25 frames. Set the end of the animation to 26. And let's play. So as you can see, the light travels across the diamond over a frame length of 25 frames. And also let's go to frame 5 and put a keyframe on energy. Then back to frame 1, set energy to 0. Add a keyframe. Go to frame 20. Another keyframe on energy. Then one last keyframe on frame 25. Energy is 0. So the slide will not have any effect at frame 1. It will gain in intensity until frame 5 and then maintain it until frame 20 about here, and then fade to nothingness again until frame 25. Here's a video of what you should obtain for this lighting effect animation. Like this. It's pretty good. And this concludes our diamond modeling tutorial. If you're interested in watching more Blender 3D modeling tutorials, please visit my YouTube channel. And until then, happy modeling, everyone.